I'm Sucheta Singh at the Mustard Seed Food Bank, and you're watching our Food Bank special on Shaw TV. This is a season of giving, and of course, Food Bank is one of the places that is looking for your help, and I'm joined by Brent Palmer from the Mustard Seed. How is the Food Bank doing right now?
Well, it's a bit slow. It's kind of a bit nerve-wracking at this time of year. The way the economy has gone on a global level, it might leave an impact on organizations such as the Mustard Seed this year. The price of food right now has gone up and is projected to go up even more. You know, we're hoping and praying that, you know, Victorians, you're the people that make this place, are going to step forward and make sure that people that are less fortunate have a half-decent Christmas, because we do depend on you. We're a middle person where we hand out food based on your generosity.
How many people are using the Food Bank right now?
Approximately 7,000 people per month.
Wow.
And I kind of suspect that that'll probably increase from now until Christmas, maybe past Christmas, because there's always added expenses.
We talk about this, but the changing face of the people who are using the Food Bank, it's not your typical what you would think about.
The whole demographics of food banking has changed significantly. We're seeing people with jobs that are coming into food banks to try and subsidize their income. Keep in mind too that food banks are set up as an emergency service. A person's only entitled to come to a food bank once a month with an allotment of food that'll last them anywhere from 3 to 5 days. But one of the primary concerns that I have is I look at our seniors that have worked for 25, 30 years and maybe received their pensions here 10 years ago. So the value of these pensions have diminished significantly.
Now, this time of year, what are you looking for right now for people to drop off?
I'm glad you answered that question, because I'm known as the turkey guy around here. I don't know if I should take that literally. You notice one of the volunteers just made a comment. He is the turkey.
Yeah.
But I've been doing the turkey drive for 22 years. So here we are. Our distribution date starts on the December 19th, and we still have 750 turkeys to acquire. So
you got turkeys.
what we're asking for this year, we're asking people if they wouldn't mind donating gift certificates towards the purchase of a turkey.
So anything anybody can give would be greatly appreciated.
Of course, and you know, it's there's a recent report came out on across Canada about people that donate. I must say, Victorians, you're right on top, so that's great. That's good on you.
Yeah.
You know that, and I do believe that people donating is based on what comes out of here. Compassion. Thank you. We appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas.
And as Brent Palmer just talked about, how many families actually rely on the food banks? And while, you know, the buckets may be full of food, looks can be deceiving. Dan Kahn catches up with Brent and asks him just what types of families use the food bank. When we think about the Mustard Seed, I bet most of us think about food hampers. But did you know they run many more programs to try and break the cycle of poverty and dependency? Jen Moranit's now on a farm in the Cowichan Valley that is full of hope. A quick break now. When we come back, serving hot breakfast in Sydney to those in need. Greater Victoria is such a big region. It's not just Victoria Central or Sydney. There's also the West Shore, the Western communities, and I'm joined by Paul Patrick from the Hampers out there. And what's it like out there if you were to, you know, how the situation out there is?
Well, the situation this year is about what it's normally like. It's always a busy time to try to get things put together. First of all, there's some good news. This year, again, the Maritime Pacific Fleet Diving Unit that works with us to raise money for the turkey vouchers did an excellent job. We now have sufficient money to buy turkey vouchers for our clients out there.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, because of the weather and the Truckers Parade didn't produce what it should have this year, and our schools are down a bit, and so the food part of it is certainly going to be a challenge.
Now it's families, of course, that you deal with,
Yes.
along with...
Yes, we have lots of families. Toys are always needed. Yes, our toy shop is only about half full, and we need to get that filled up too. And so yes, the need is still there. We have another week or so to go, and we just need the people to rally and get out there and do it for us.
And like we just talked about, of course, there's the Goldstream Food Bank, but there's also the Sydney Food Bank, and that's where we're heading next. In 1984, the Sydney Lions started making Christmas hampers for families in need, and soon they realized how much more need there was. They decided to open a food bank. 28 years later, they are not only serving families from all over the Saanich Peninsula, but they also support many local programs. And of course, you don't just have to come down to the food bank to donate. You can also go online. It is the sydneyfoodbank.com. Well, a quick break now. When we come back, breaking the cycle and getting back on your feet. So some of the programs you saw in that story are still here at the food bank, and I'm joined by Reverend Chris. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
How is that program going so far?
Yeah, well, the Family Center program is wonderful. We have, in the past 2 months, we've had about a dozen graduates from the program, and many of them have gone on, actually all of them have gone on to something more gainful than where they were before they began. So some of them have gone and enrolled in Camosun College, taking some computer courses. Some have gone on to Royal Roads University and taken on some courses there as well. I think 2 or 3 of them now have jobs, so some of the training we gave them with how to conduct an interview and how to be employable, those kind of things, have really helped them. So they've moved on from where they were to something more. So we're really excited about that. And we have a whole new batch of students in now. So,
and it's a great example of, you know, how people who don't know much about the food bank or people who use it, it's a great example of what's being done to kind of move them along and get them out of their situation.
Yeah. And the mustard seed is much more than a food bank. Food bank's great,
Yeah.
you know, it's great and it provides an emergency service, but we like to think of things like the Family Center and Hope Farm as sort of intervention strategies where we intervene in that cycle of poverty or cycle of addiction to help people move from their existing situation to independence and out of the poverty cycle or the addiction cycle. So we're seeing just neat things happen with that. We're so excited about it. Just to see yesterday I had a discussion with one of our students, Barb, from the Family Center. She was so excited about where she had gotten in her life that for us, that gives us excitement to see that happen.
And to see, people don't want to use the food bank. I mean, that's not something that they get up and say, you know, I really want to use the food bank. They actually want to break that cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you talk to someone in the food bank lineup, it's a real challenge for them to come. It's an embarrassment for them to come. It makes them feel not very good about themselves to have to come. But we're here to help them move from that place beyond. So we'll provide them with their basic needs. Everyone needs food, clothing, and shelter. So we provide the basic needs. But if we can help them beyond that, we're happy to do that. And we have programs to do that.
Yeah. And these programs require funding?
All of them are funding, and they're privately funded, so we don't receive government funding. So we depend entirely on the general public to help us give hope and restore hope and some dignity to the many, many clients that come to Mustard Seed.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and hopefully this program keeps going and gets more people out there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. So that's all the time we have on today's show. Once again, the Mustard Seed Food Bank is looking for turkeys. So you can come on down here, get a gift certificate, donate that way, or if you have a turkey at home, you can donate that turkey. And of course, they're always looking for food to give to families in need this season. Don't forget, you can find out more information about the food banks around the region on our Facebook page. We are Go Island South. We will see you next time.